Forgot my water bottle. I'm gonna grab that. Ugh. Woo! Oh, this is gonna be a fun one. Not gonna be a long one, but it's gonna be a fun one. Joker warning. Because I don't know this game as well, I always have to do quick roundup. High threat level takedowns, which is doable. Let's see where they recommend. Oh, I need to fly to the Batcave. Great. I'm glad we saved Black Mask, because that's where the recommendation falls. Happy Memorial Day to everybody here in the US of A. What are you? Deadshot. We can try to take out Deadshot here soon, too. I wonder if we'll be able to do that in the Deadshot room. Either way, we're getting close to what we need. All right. That's me checking out the GCPD morgue. Hi, goats! Hi, Dustin! Happy Memorial Day. Goats. This is a really weird... It doesn't have to be weird, but it is a little bit. I am currently like house sitting / animal sitting my animals, which live with my ex-wife. So this is my ex-wife's house. Used to be my house. Yeah, but her and her new husband are out of town. And since we have a good relationship and I love time with my animals, she asked if I would come house sit. So here we are. I recognize how weird of a story that is. I do. And how are you, Dustin? I'm sorry that I missed Saturday. It was because I was getting set up here. I had forgotten that I was house sitting this weekend and did not have my... yeah. Yep. I did not have my Xbox with me Saturday. Yeah, Saturday was a long day, and I don't entirely remember why. Divorces, am I right? You are right. I have said frequently that I am an exceptionally lucky person for how my divorce has gone. And that's a huge testament to my ex-wife. It's not to say that I wasn't part of that. you know, ending well, but... I'm glad. I'm hoping. So, I'll be busy in the next few weeks, but I actually get to be at my apartment again. And so I'm hoping that I can join you. I'll at least be on stream more. I don't know what the next few weekends look like in Chanland.
We got a call of a violent crime. Still waiting on location details.
Minecraft Mondays. Oh, fantastic. Does that start tonight? Or does that start officially in June? Because if that starts tonight, I would love to join you. Well, if you are out in chat and you like Minecraft, and you like nerdy people playing it, come check out Dustin and I playing Minecraft sometime. Oh, sweet. I have to get back into Chanland, see what the world is like in there. 'Cause it's been a while. Pumpkin Yunkin! Hello, hello! How are you this fine Memorial Day? Did you get to Chanland it up on Saturday? Well, no, I don't have a rehearsal next Monday night. I perform in opera. We open and close the same day. It's a one-day performance next Saturday, June 12th. So I'm really looking forward to that. We'll see. Maybe I'll stream again tonight. I would like to stream a bunch of this week, just to get caught up from where I have been lacking because of my crazy schedule. And also, you know, working toward that 100 followers by my birthday, June 11.
What is that?
Currently sitting at 92, assuming that none of them are fake. I'm in good shape. I'm at the point in the game where I'm pretty sure I can get... I can't fully beat Enigma yet, because just like some of the other games, there's the... some of the stuff you can't access until after the main story. Oops. But I'm at a point where I can get a lot of them. And it's just nice to get those things out of the way. Ah! Dustin! Test! My phone fell. Oh, thanks for that, Dustin! 2323 test. Sipitus. I need to, I have a lot of family members who are on Amazon Prime. And I've mentioned to them that, you know, free subscription each month with your Amazon Prime on Twitch. So you could support me. 93. Um,
We're in for it now.
I do really appreciate that.
Come check this out.
I like Street Test. But yeah, I need to talk to them. I'm thinking about making a little tutorial video that I can share with them that shows them how to create a Twitch account and how to connect their Amazon Prime. That would be awesome. I can't remember who in this. There was one day where one of the followers in chat was talking about the fact that they like need to clean up their followers list, and I guess I get that, but for me it's like follows are free. And I guess you have to take the extra step to, like, what is it, favorite your streamers or whatnot. But yeah, for me, anytime I meet somebody that I'm not following, until I find that they, you know, if they do something that doesn't jive with my outlook. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Yep. That makes total sense. I borrowed my sister's rug scrubber, and I've been cleaning the carpets in my apartment, and it's the most weirdly satisfying thing. And I am very excited to get to spend time with my dog and cats. But also, all this weekend, I've just been thinking about wanting to scrub the rugs in my apartment, which is a very weird thing to think about constantly. So my hope is to get that done today, so that I can take care of like the projects that I have needed to do but have been setting aside for too long, like setting up a Discord, and getting like my Twitch info updated. So hopefully this week. Why? What am I missing? Ah, an extra step. Right? I'm so glad you get it. It's disgusting. My the guy I was subletting from moved out end of April. And you know, I had cleaned up a little bit and put stuff to the side, and I apologized to him saying like, I wanted this place to be cleaner when you got here. And he texted me, said, this is the cleanest this apartment has been since I moved in. And for me, it was still gross. And so doing the carpets, like, yeah, it's a clear tub, and it just turns like solid brown, and it's disgusting. And he had a dog, and it's full of dog hair. Also disgusting. And then I look at the carpet, and I like smell the carpet. It's like, yes, I have made a difference in this room. It's taking everything in me not to like text all my friends and be like, hey, can I come clean your apartment?
Available units, stand by for status update on potential assignment.
If you need me to clean your apartment, I can clean your apartment. Wait, did that say I could return to Nigma? Let's check it out. We'll go there. Then we'll go get Black Mask. And we've got to do it in such a way that we complete another Dark Knight challenge. I'm so glad that, like, people can relate to this. Because I have felt sort of like a freak in how much I enjoy seeing the progress of it. And there's something about planning out, like, in what order I'm going to do the carpets. Like, I did the back room, which was essentially empty. It just had a bunch of random stuff in it. So that random stuff is now in totes in like the dining room area. But I cleared all that out so I can move stuff from what will become my office into the gaming area. And now I'm doing the living room because that's the most used room, and I want that to be in good quality. I did the,
Well, look at that. You figured it out. I'm impressed.
Is this a thing?
Annoyed, too. But your achievement signals a level of intellect rarely seen in Gotham. It seems you're quite the riddle. Now, don't get too comfortable. You see, I learned something else tonight. The nastiest, dirtiest little secret you can imagine. It puts the rest of my collection to shame. But I'm going to wait to release it, if only because it means I get to watch you squirm as you wonder what on earth it is. I'll be in touch soon.
Looks like he's no longer an imminent threat. I can close this case. For now, at least.
I like that it sort of implies that Enigma figured out his identity. I don't think it's true. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch some YouTube videos later of people cleaning carpets, because that sounds great. Yeah. Thank you for changing my life. I like this is something that I realized. Actually, it's funny that I'm here. Dustin. I'm going to hit this link. I'm gonna get rickrolled, I bet. I'm gonna hit this link. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, it's now on my YouTube history. So one of the things, this did not cause the divorce at all, but one of the things where my ex-wife and I differed, and actually I differ, I think from a lot of people, I don't think of myself as a dirty person. But I don't clean all the time, or at least before quarantine, I didn't clean all the time because I don't like to tidy things. I like to clean things. Like, I don't want to just put my clothes away. I want to organize my drawers. Oh, power washing is so satisfying. Oh, what was that noise? It is. Just like seeing that grime and the true color coming back in. God. Yeah. Yep. I'll admit, getting into an altered state of mind is how I'll phrase it. And watching videos like that is pretty fantastic. All right, Al, where are you? Alfred. Hi, Al.
Good to see you,
I was
sir.
just talking about you.
I'm glad you weren't around earlier, sir. The King Bat decided to grace us with the gift of guano. The size and stench were unlike anything I've ever encountered.
Did you collect a specimen for analysis?
Actually, I did. If you won't investigate...
Just trying to be
I will.
I'm
All
looking forward to
natural.
reading your results.
Just be who I am.
Of yours, and you'll be tasting them instead.
It's a good Memorial Day. All right, I think that's the end of the giant bat conversations. That's a lot of
Some of the
XP.
assassins have access to rather interesting technology. When this is
Hey,
done, I
Aaron!
want to
Happy
consider
Batmoan Day.
appreciating it. Let
How
something
is your
comes to
Memorial
my
Day going?
citizens.
Aaron, how is your regular Monday at the end of May? I do want to give everybody a fair warning. Today, I have to be done right around 2. It may be slightly earlier if the animals start letting me know that they're ready to eat. And then I have to, I get to take the dog on a walk. Yeah, there are a few more bits of Alfred conversation that will come later. There's some stuff with Bane. There's more stuff on the Joker, I believe. After we defeat Black Mask, we'll go ask. Oh yeah, actually, Al, you probably remember. I'm gonna turn the camera around without showing too much of the house because I don't want to, expose too much. But that's Weeble over there sleeping, and there's Chester sleeping in the bed. The story of Weeble is a wonderful one. My friend Joel bought a house after he graduated college in the town where we went to college because he was working at the university still. He bought this house and he let me rent a room from there for a very reasonable rate. And one day Joel found a stray dog. Joel is very allergic to dogs. And so Weeble lived with us for a little bit, but then he asked if I could help find a home for Weeble. My sister took her in for a short while, and by short while I mean 8 years. And after 3 kids and another dog, she said, I can't take care of this dog anymore. Can you help me find somebody who wants a dog? And at that point, I was buying a house, the one that I am sitting in currently. And so Sarah and I took Weeble in. Yeah, and she's like 14 years old now. She's just a sweet old lady. We don't know how much more time perhaps we'll have with her. But we are thankful for every moment. And then Chester. Nessa's in the window somewhere. But Nessa and Chester are my cats. We got those when we were living in Minnesota. Goats, that's exactly where we got the name from. It was because when she was little, like a year and a half when we first got her, she wouldn't sit down. She would just constantly be running around and jumping up on things, barking. Oh, I love them. She came and she laid by me the other day. Yesterday, laid by me a little bit. Nessa, who has lymphoma. Again, she's an old cat now too, but she's lost a lot of weight and stuff, but she doesn't cuddle much lately. But last night she came and she sat next to me on the couch while I was playing some Dead by Daylight, and it was really sweet. And then Chester this morning came and sat on my chest and cuddled with me for like an hour. I miss my animals. I'm allergic, but I miss them. 5 different takedowns.
Boss is
Hey.
on his way.
The guy's a beast. Goes through all that crap tonight in the front.
Anybody see that?
Alright. That was a loud takedown.
Just watch out for the shadows.
2.
I'm on his tail.
Sounded like it might have been Troy Baker. Which would be cool. Yeah. I have the same tendency, which it's a true statement. It was the other day. Let's do a silent takedown for number 3. There's a vent takedown. Inverted takedown, that's 4. If I can get him over here. Then use a Sonic Batarang? Maybe that would work. Anybody else out in chat have animals? What type of animals do you have?
Whatever it is, it's mine now.
Goats, is that for legal reasons? Sorry, that was insensitive. Ah. What type of animals do you like to have, Goats? Is it is it where you live you can't have animals in your apartment? Ooh, I can be an excellent source of motivation, yet I can be a source for harm. Bullet punches? I'm gonna say fear. Yeah, Minecraft cats definitely count. Minecraft cats are adorable. There's a lot of adorable animals in Minecraft. Hey, X-Knight, welcome in. How are you today? Oh. I can be an excellent source of motivation, yet I can be a source of harm. Is it love? I don't know. I like this one. Hey, Corby! Happy Monday. Congrats on the 100 followers. I'm working on mine. Oh, Al, I love that. 3 cats. Well, and adopting's the way to go. That is awesome. Oh, I'm sorry, Goats.
Oh, man.
All right, this better do it. If not, I guess I have to restart.
This.
Pachink. Nice. Give me 1 second to pause. Oh yeah, I see. There are a couple of animal pictures. Oh, holy new subscriber, Batman. Pumpkin Yunkin, thanks for the subscription. Thank you. That means a lot to me. I've been super fortunate these past couple of streams. I gotta think an answer to bullet punches. 120, that's fantastic. I'm at 93. I'm about to get to those triple digits. If this was a bowling score, I'd be very disappointed in myself. I know we got a hype train last stream. Toot toot. I gotta do it every time now. I gotta do it every time now. It's terrible. I know Dustin hates it. Oh, right. So that's really messed up. In case you couldn't see it, because like the visual design kind of sucks at times. The clue was dead parents, which is upsetting, and also, why would it be dead parents? Who knows?
Guess we've got that in common.
One way or another, I'm taking you in.
X-Knight, that's amazing.
Easy way.
Yeah, or the hard way.
Yeah, Corby, I was glad I could stop by. This weekend has been so nuts because I've been house sitting. But there's been a lot of stuff that I've had to take care of back in my apartment. Like I would forget stuff, or yesterday, Saturday night, I went back there to clean a little bit more and grab my Xbox. It's been so much driving this weekend, but I was glad I could stop in for a bit.
You really should mind your own business, Bat.
Oh yeah. Goats, I'm assuming that's a guess for Bullet's riddle? If so, that's a great guess. If anybody wants to help me.
I bet the numbers get back.
Ooh. There we go. No, I'm super glad for people to guess, because I am not quite sure what it could be. Man.
They can pick him up at the church.
Straight away, son.
Oh, Corby, in terms of bowling, I have a couple of funny stories. So, in elementary school, I was on a bowling league, a trophy for which I have in storage somewhere, where there was a typo, and so it says David Moron. It's technically spelled Moran, but the story is better if I say moron. But Saturday mornings I would bowl on my bowling league, and then my mom would pick me up and she'd take me over to ballet practice, which was really cute. What's your trophy for, Goats? I have a couple of trophies. They're mostly for bowling. Yeah, but my average anymore, I think I'm at like, I think I have an average of 142, something like that, so not too bad. What's the next? I'll be so happy when this is done. I think we may be able to try that in front of the steel mill. Goats? Oh, oh shoot. Yes, Dustin. You will get a Riddle Me This. I don't have my Riddle Me This book with me, so good riddles. We're gonna look up a riddle. Oh. All right. I'm gonna say one. Oh, beauty pageant. I've gotta say bullets. Not idiotic, hilarious. Because if beauty pageants was the answer to that question, it would be amazing. All right, this is a fun one. I'm gonna read it. There's a one-story house in which everything is yellow. Yellow walls, yellow doors, yellow furniture, etc. What color are the stairs? And remember, this is for Dustin first, and if Dustin can't figure it out, then we'll put it in the chat. Is it helicopters? Dustin, I would love to go bowling sometime. That would be a blast. If you're still wanting to guess riddles, but don't want to wait for Dustin on the Yellow House conundrum, feel free to look at bullet punches. Bullet. Oh, yes, of course, Dustin, I can say it again. While I'm reading Dustin's bullet, will you put your riddle back in the chat so we can figure it out? Dustin, there is a one-story house in which everything is yellow. Yellow walls, yellow ceiling, yellow furniture, all those things, yellow doors. What color are the stairs? Oh, Al, that is awesome. I love to bowl. I used to have bowling shoes, but the bottoms separated. They got too old or something. I'm gonna go over to the steel mill and try to do... All right, Dustin, what is it? Yeah, excellent work, Dustin. One-story house, there are no stairs. I'm gonna give another one just because these are fun and easy. It's I just chose the first one, and it's like, these are fun for children. What question can you never answer yes to? What question can you never answer yes to? Bullet, I think I have an answer to your riddle. Again, for those of you who maybe aren't reading chat, just listening in, the riddle is, I can be an excellent motivator, but I can also be a source of harm. What am I? The answer is Richard Simmons. Nailed it. Please, goats. I love funny answers to riddles, because usually they are right. They're just not also the answer. All right, let's see if I can get 3 folks together. Where's my smoke pellet? Eins, zwei. Oh, that messes things up a bit. Dustin. Hey, thanks, Brazen. I am doing A-okay. I've been having a wonderful time with my puppy. There we go. It's a great day for Batman. All right. Ah, I might have messed this up. I get him? We'll see if it registered. Technically, it technically turned into combat. Dustin, I love your answer. It's not the one that they gave, but I really like it. Yeah, I like that a lot. Oh, competition. I like it. I like it. I also like that we were able to think of like 8 other answers for it. And Bullet, you are absolutely right. the question that you can never answer yes to, I guess, aside from what Corby said, lying, would be, are you asleep? Which I think is cute. Just while we're talking about, like, semi-good riddles, some of you out there in the chat might be too young for this. Those millennials, like true millennials out there, do you remember when one of, like, the most common riddles was a dad and his son are in a plane wreck?
I'm gonna take my time with you.
And the doctor comes in and says, I can't operate on this man, he's my son. Oh, Corby. Yeah, I love that Corby and Goats are on the exact same wavelength. I think this should be. I should add that to the details of the riddle me this, that you can answer when it's not your riddle, but they have to be wrong answers, funny wrong answers. Yeah, that riddle to me, the fact that that was a riddle, I feel like that riddle should be in textbooks to be like, hey, just a reminder, misogyny was and continues to be a big deal. Like, the fact that it was so confounding for a time for a woman to be a doctor that we have a riddle where the whole premise is based on this ridiculous idea of a woman doctor. Wait, is there really a Reddit for wrong answers? That's true, Goats. Yours was on the right track. That is one thing. So I love riddles. I also I like creative thinking, and oftentimes, especially with riddles, that yields a world where there are multiple right answers, as we have demonstrated today. So that becomes one of my frustrations with riddles. Like, I might argue that pain or fear is a better motivator than competition. But the answer to your riddle is absolutely competition. I don't know. I like it. Corby. I like this updated version where the misogyny still exists. But you're open-minded about gay adoption? Yeah. Yeah, yep, I love this because it's still like, it is more logical that this homosexual man is this man's father than it is for a woman to be a doctor. Oh, the implications of that are terrifying.
Joker really took out the electrocutioner? Guess he finally had enough of the guy. He was a pain in the ass from what I heard, but he did have some pretty sweet...
Thanks for the lurk, Rocker. I was hoping you'd be here today. I hope you're doing all right today. Do you get the day off? I know you're lurking, but I'm still gonna ask you a question. Oh, I like this, everybody, where we're, again, multiple answers to this riddle, especially in this modern age, where we can come up with, again, because we have a more well-rounded perspective of the world, of the other possible answers. I frequently think about that riddle, though, and go, oh, your riddle made absolute sense, Bullet. I'm so glad you shared it with us. Yeah, if at any point anybody wants to throw a riddle out in the chat, I am happy to facilitate that sort of discussion. Like I said, I feel like I'm pretty good at riddles. There are also times that... Oh, how do I say this without seeming like I'm actually humble bragging? There are times where maybe the solution is not the one where my brain necessarily goes. Okay. I think this is how I do it. Great. Repeat. I was so hoping you'd do it. Yeah. Yes, Dustin. Batman does. Well, let's be honest. Alfred's gonna do it. But yeah. Come on, Bats. Take better care of your cape. I will say that was one of my favorite details. They started doing that in Arkham Asylum. Was seeing the battle wear on Batman's armor, and that it was maintained throughout the game. I remember that blowing my mind. Oh, that is such a good way to put that. Like if you don't have to think critically, it just those muscles atrophy. Like it's just hard to keep that up and going. What can go around the entire world but stays in one corner their entire life?
You think I don't see you slacking off over there?
What can go... Oh, Goats, that one got me. Oh. Ooh. What can go around the entire world but stays in one corner their entire life? A cobweb? I don't know, everybody else. Make guesses. How many people do I have? And what else do I have left of this? One smoke. I don't think I can do the propane here, but that's fine. Deadshot might mess this up for me, but I think if I follow... If I set this up right...
What is this? The kids...
Oh, shit. Okay. Ouch, ouch, ouch. We might die. Ouch. Oh, why? Ah, come on. This is not going well. I've got to pause. Oh, a stamp. Of course. A shelving unit. That makes sense. That makes sense. Corby, I also I didn't acknowledge it before. But the your comment about coming from a conservative household and trying to keep open-minded, honestly, like it's so important on it, and that's like that's what we can do. We acknowledge that bias that was taught within us, that we grew up with, however the circumstances grew. Like, that's our job to make things better. So I kind of love that. And are we gonna mess up? Absolutely. Is that okay? If we're learning from it, I guess. It can be. Yeah, no, I totally understand. This is something that I think I recognize that some people that I'm close to maybe struggle with the political climate being what it is now, is not acknowledging that having bias doesn't make you bad. It's just a reality for all of us. We come from a particular background, a particular perspective. I was just talking to somebody about intersectionality in this sort of way, how it's the convalescence. Am I using that word right? It's all of the things that make us put together that inform our perspective. And we can either choose to just accept that as is, or we can grow from it. I'm not articulating it well. In my defense, I'm playing Batman. Ouchies! Ah! I know this one too. A horny desert. Am I right? Am I right? It always disappoints me when my viewer count goes down after I say something that's like, hey, yeah, we all have our own issues and we just gotta be better people. It's like, wait, why disagree with that? I know it's not about me. And honestly, you know, if somebody has an issue with that, maybe they're not the type of people I want viewing. Oh, Dustin, I want to read the entirety of what you're saying. It may take me a moment because I am about to die. And those of us about to die salute you. Oh, right. Cool. Oh, I forgot it's Christmas in this game. Yeah, that's extra messed up. Oh, X-Knight, I so appreciate that. Why are you booing? I'm right. Oh, it's such a good meme. I wish that I could teleport into the future when history classes are analyzing our pop culture memes. Because I feel like in the same way that, like, love letters from soldiers in the Civil War to their families back home, like their wives, not like they're writing love letters to their sister. Well, maybe if they fought for the South. Oops. But I feel like that's what memes are going to become. And I'm glad you like my stream. I feel like I have a very eclectic, I'm glad that one went okay. I have a very eclectic pool of knowledge and interests, and I can make stupid jokes. I can write unfortunate songs. But you know, I also enjoy a good discussion. I don't like to debate anymore. I used to debate a lot more when I was like in my 20s. But frequently I would debate opinions. And I just don't want to debate opinions anymore.
Come on, man, it's Christmas.
I am glad that it was appreciated by most. I felt good about it. It was like, well, that's a well-crafted joke. There we go. All right. Now that Deadshot is defeated, I can get caught up. Let's see.
At last. Well, I've got to say, I was expecting someone a little more intimidating.
You're through terrorizing Gotham.
If fate's
Oh,
decided to
Dustin,
save the day, so be it. Just finish me off,
recovering Irish
will ya?
Catholic. I love your phrasing on that. Because I don't think that that's an uncommon thing, particularly from other recovering Irish Catholics. Because in a lot of those systems are predicated on the opposite of what they should be, is how I'm going to phrase that. And it's really hard to overcome. I know, like, even in recent years, there are jokes that I found funny not because I believed in the material, but like Jimmy Carr. If you know the comedian Jimmy Carr, a lot of his stand-up stuff, or Ricky Gervais, a lot of it will be rooted in these things, and I don't believe they as an individual, Jimmy Carr or Ricky Gervais, believe in these things. Actually, hearing them speak to the contrary, but realizing that, like, making jokes like that can still do damage. That was a hard realization in the past few years. Of even if my intent is not there, I have to be careful. Oh, Corby had a long one too. Corby, that is an awesome thought experiment, as a way of challenging that idea of sexuality as a choice. Yeah. I really appreciate that, because there's a simplicity to it. Yeah. Oh, I really like Ricky Gervais particularly, and this is one of the areas that I'm happy to have a conversation. I don't think that maybe on chat is the best place to do that, but Ricky Gervais makes some very eloquent arguments for atheism, and I really appreciate some of the way that he crafts his arguments and the discussions that he has. Yeah. Again, like, there are things that he says that I'm just like, oh, buddy, no, that's too much. There was something in one of his recent stand-up routines about Caitlyn Jenner. And it just... I understood what he was saying, and the joke was not about. It wasn't intended to be transphobic, but it was just like, oh, I don't think we need to. I don't think this helps anybody for this to be said, and I had to really wrestle with that. Yeah. I do love British humor. I will say that if you are looking for something fun to watch, what is it called? 8 out of 10 Cats does Countdown. Countdown is actually something that I'd like to recreate locally. Maybe Aaron, if you're still out there, maybe you're familiar with Countdown. But it's a Countdown. The original Countdown is a, letters, numbers, and conundrums game. So you get a series of 9 letters, and you have to create the longest word that you can. Longest word wins. And then you're given 6 numbers and a total. And using addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, you have to arrive at that total using only the numbers provided, or as close as you can get. And it is so much fun. Yes. Yep. Yeah, Ricky Gervais. So the whole thing is discussing the Ricky Gervais thing was discussing dead naming somebody, which was actually a term that I learned from Ricky Gervais's special. That was not something that I was aware of. I now know. Again, the way that he uses it for comedy feels a little like, come on, man, this isn't helpful. Yeah. I just read today that it was released. Maybe that's on the docket for tonight. I love Bo Burnham. Make Happy to me is one of those like damn near perfect comedy specials. I really appreciate Bo Burnham. He has a way of using music and comedy to, I don't know, to encapsulate the nihilistic mindset. Yeah, I'm a fan. Have you watched it, Tustin? Is it good? Yes. It truly is. It is a spectacle. It is a work of art. So the finale of Make Happy, if you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. It's devastating, and particularly as a performer, his finale is I guess I would call it a pastiche as opposed to a parody. of Kanye West, and his style of like auto-tune pontification during his concerts. It, as a performer, it was kind of life-changing to hear somebody voice these things that like, oh yeah, I can totally understand that mindset. What am I looking for? I don't know where the trophy is. Every time. Well, and I feel like one of the things that Make Happy did in a way that some of his other specials didn't have as much of was the spectacle of theater. Like, he really upped his game. The lighting design in Make Happy, just the way that he uses it as a storytelling device, just unreal. Okay. You know what? I don't want to do this right now because I can't figure it out because I'm not focused. What time is it? Oh my god, it's almost 1:30. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to watch it, Dustin, and we'll have to talk about it after. I love dissecting Bo Burnham. If you're not familiar with Bo Burnham, like I said, he's a musical comedian, which is cheating a little bit. I say as somebody who uses music for comedy. I also think it's a lot harder to perfect. If that makes sense. I was overthinking this, y'all. Oh, from the perspective of God is so good. One of the things, again, just acknowledging, Bo Burnham will use some words that I don't agree with using. Again, the way that he's using him makes total sense to me. But the actual using of them, I don't know. There are just certain words that we don't need to say anymore. If you want a nihilistic interpretation of just art or the lack thereof, Bo Burnham's song "Art Is Dead" is very intense, very beautiful. Yeah, it really showcases some of the inner turmoil of the modern artist. Going back to our stream Friday, it doesn't quite relate to imposter syndrome, but I do feel like it sometimes. I feel compelled to justify being an artist. And I mean, certainly this past year, we artists have had to prove our worth, or at least fight for our worth. I don't know where this one is. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, there's some rough stuff in there. He throws around a derogatory term for homosexual a lot, which he does it because that was something that people called him a lot when he was younger. But man, oh man, like, oh, I don't want to hear that term. I don't think you should be saying that term. Is it inside the hat shop? No, but there is one in there. Oh, absolutely. Some of the jokes have not aged well. who was there was a comedian recently. Hi, Nessa. There was a comedian recently who just said some of these jokes aren't going to age well. And that's okay. We can accept that. That's going to be a thing that's going to happen. Times will change. And you have to let those jokes go. Tom Lehrer. Tom Lehrer, he was a Harvard math professor in the 1950s who also wrote comedy music. I just saw your comment there, Knight. You're absolutely right. Context super matters. And part of that context is who. Yeah, totally agree. But Tom Lehrer, he wrote a lot of parody music that was kind of ahead of its time, but is also weirdly... I don't know why I'm obsessed with finding this one particular trophy, but we're gonna find it, and it's gonna feel great. He had a lot of music that... Alright, the way that it's drawn on the map leads me to think that it's inside of this. But he has some of these parody songs that are so appropriate for right now in terms of the thought behind them, but just you can't perform them anymore. These are songs that I would love to do because they're comments on these modern mindset. He has one that's it's all about when people talk about the South and, you know, having Southern pride. It's his take on what that means, and I very much agree with what he says. How he says it is a little dated, and so I can't perform that song. And that's okay. I'm no worse for not being able to do it, but... Corby, I love that journey for you. Okay. We just found... It's pain in the buttocks, but we did find it. So here's what we're gonna do.
I need any unassigned unit for special assignment. Stand
Pull up,
by.
pull up. There we go. You know, Dustin, that is one of the reasons that I've that some of it that I do let it slide. I recognize that, you know, I'm in a privileged position to accept that, but you're absolutely right. It's within the context of kind of his history. Yeah, what an intense, necessary discussion, I think, that brings about. If the uses of the word yeah, I can't remember. Was it what that he ended with the it's the trio of the three individuals talking to him now that he's sort of famous?
Master Bruce.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells. Well, it sounds like you found some Christmas spirit.
But I refuse to let the thugs out there rob us of the night entirely.
I'm surprised you didn't put up some decorations.
I considered it, but decided it was better not to clutter up the place. Don't worry, though.
Yes.
I've done a
Yep.
number on the house.
Sure you have.
That was another
Seems to me
like.
that Captain Gordon is the one good apple in a bad bunch.
It's a great piece. It's powerful, and it's an auditory representation of how the things that affect us create some of the art that we can have. But again, a couple words in there that I'm like, oh, don't say that. No. But it's good to have conversations about it. Again, I recognize that it's a point of privilege to be one of the people who gets to have the conversation about it as opposed to living it. But yeah, Bo Burnham is great. If you want, I guess I'd say it's safer a little bit. They even in their music, there are a couple of moments that are like, well, yep, that hasn't aged. I think there are kids outside. But Flight of the Conchords, folk parody duo. They say folk parody duo, but they have a lot of different types of music. Yeah, if you want to get into musical comedy just for fun, they're pretty great. Corby, right? I just did a song of theirs, which is a weird one. I don't know that it's on an album. It might be, but I don't remember. Oh, Rhymenoceros versus the Hip Hopopotamus. Excellent.
And some new guy in town.
I think it's him!
Did what is it? Song for Sally, I think it's called. It's from the first season of Flight of the Conchords, the TV show. Just did that at a cabaret, which was a lot of fun. Sang a high A randomly in that song. But they are a lot of fun. I've seen them live twice. The story that I tell is the first time that I saw them live was because we canceled a performance of the show Assassins. On a Thursday night show because the tickets hadn't sold well. They happened to be in Detroit. I rushed tickets. The reason that I tell the detail about Assassins is because I had a mustache because I was playing John Wilkes Booth, much like the mustache that I had for a few weeks on the stream. I waited outside. I bought one of their vinyls and I waited outside. I have pictures with them. If I had a Discord, I would post them.
To plug these pipes.
That was for Rocker. But waited outside, got them to sign the album. Amazing. Got pictures with them. And Flight of the Conchords, they are what I would love to be, where it's silliness as opposed to... They're not just angry, but there is a lightness and a self-deprecation to their comedy. What do I need to do? Oh, there we go. And I told Jermaine Clement that. I said, you two are my comedy idol. I'm just constantly amazed at what you two do. You're my musical comedy idols. And he looked at me and said, this is gonna be in a poor New Zealand accent. You're my facial hair idol. I was like, oh my god, Jermaine Clement just complimented my mustache. I never want to shave again. I'm gonna make a Discord. Rocker's been talking to me a lot about it. I know that Dustin is super willing to help. I've got other people who have like recommendations on things that have been successful to them. I just need to break down and do it. I gotta add that to my docket this week. It'll incentivize getting my apartment set up. What did you say, Corby? Ooh, I need to check that out, because I do. I love a good parody. Oh, The King, Weird Al Yankovic. Saw him in Windsor a few years ago. Corby, Andrew came up for my birthday. Went over to Windsor. It's the only time in crossing the Windsor border in the almost a decade that I've been going across to Canada that I got pulled over by the border control agents, and they asked me a bunch of questions, and it's like, I don't know. We're three weirdos who are gonna see Weird Al live in concert. I don't know what to tell you. We're not gonna do anything. We want to have a couple drinks at a casino, watch Weird Al sing, and then go play video games. It's my birthday. Yeah, that's part of what I want on there, because on the Discord, because I like being a hub for connection, for people to express and share things. And it doesn't have to just be Batman. Obviously, I tend to love Batman, but as our conversation today has shown, there's so much more. It would also be a cool place to compile, like, any songs that I reference, or...
But what
Okay,
of his
great.
men? The same one I saw
Stuff like that.
in the precinct's holding cells earlier. I should scan
Yeah.
his corpse.
I love that idea. I just need to break down and do it. Oh, I love a good parody. I love a parody of a parody. And I say that
The victim was dosed with a
somewhat saying, like,
temporary deformation
I
of his
don't
physiology.
always love
Need
it.
to check the
But
autopsy report to
I like
find
when
out
people
more.
are inspired to do other things.
That computer
I will
should
say,
contain the autopsy report I'm looking
There's
for.
that guy going around Facebook where he shows the life hack videos, how they could do it simply. Which is funny. I do have issue with some of them because
Autopsy report can tell me more.
it is like, wait, these were, some of these were jokes though. But I saw some guy try to do the exact same thing, and it left such a sour taste in my mouth.
I should check that computer for the
Because it was
autopsy
down to
report
the,
before I leave.
like, the exact movement of this guy. It's just like, nah, man. You can approximate it. Do something a little different. It's where
Interesting. The victim
it's
was
where it
using a
starts to
powerful
feel
compound
like
with many similarities to the street drug venom at the time of his death. It changes the user's
like
muscle and
intellectual
bone
theft.
structure, greatly enhancing strength.
Although we're in
and
a postmodern
temporary
age, nothing is original.
It appears that whatever this compound is, it reduces mental capacity in several ways, including severe damage to the brain's memory center. Prolonged
No,
use can seriously
no, that's not a life
affect
hack.
the user's memory.
That's a great example, though,
Brain's
Corby.
tracker.
Sweet. I guess we're coming up to the end of... Toward the end of this, the story mode.
Reports of shots fired inside the Coventry district. Witnesses describe 2 armed groups fighting over what appear to be chemical weapons. Requesting any available officers locate and secure the scene.
Oh, is this the track down the Bane stuff? You know what, I'm gonna jump back into the GCPD, and I'm gonna get the... Oh, yeah, this is an obscure guy. I can't remember his name. I don't think he's called Vulture, but it's some bird name. But he is from the Nightfall series. We'll get to him in a bit. It might be Vulture, even though that's the same name as the Spider-Man guy. You know, you make a very good point. If the goal is just to store it, mission accomplished. Let the banner unfurl on the warship. You done what you needed to do. It amazes me how little I truly know of this game compared to the other ones. Because there are a couple of details from like Arkham City that I like, where every political prisoner is located. Sometimes I mess that up. In this game, I have to so much rely on the map. Thankfully, it's structured more easily. That is on the other side of this room. Great. Corby, this is what I appreciate about you. Just showing you gave us the joke. You gave us the explanation of why the joke could technically function, but you still recognize the responsibility to other human beings to say, "Hey, just so everybody knows, don't do this if you want your gas to function." I so appreciate that. What am I doing on time? Oh my god, it's almost 2 o'clock. Thankfully, all the kitties and puppy are asleep. That is not what I meant to do. There it is. Uh-huh. And it's because I didn't have the range amplifier when I came in here last time. Oh, absolutely. If I'm not mistaken, you need to, like, completely change out the fuel system. I don't know cars. Oh, just thinking about advice. I obviously I keep forgetting to like prep for these, because I still have a 50% discount on all of my channel rewards. But I still need to get the, I don't know if I want to do Oracle, or if I want to do like a paging Dr. Quinzel, for bad advice. Ooh, maybe I'll do both. And you can either ask me for real advice as Oracle, or I can give you bad advice as Dr. Quinzel. For sure, this week I'm going to do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon to 2 or 3. That's definitely going to happen. I would like to do more. Like, I have to check what other people are streaming, because I don't want to overlap too much. But I'd like to get a family-friendly stream in there. Maybe that's what I'll try to do once I get home tonight. In an attempt to, after I get my carpets cleaned. Which, if you weren't here for that conversation, I borrowed my sister's rug scrubber, and it's the best. Yeah, but that's my priority, is getting my apartment finally set, because I'm to the point in my apartment where I can finally make it my apartment, as opposed to still living out of boxes and stuff, which is what it's been for the past month. But I'll try to update here in my about and on my schedule for the week. I got to figure out how to do all that stuff. But I'm going to make that a thing. But for sure, look for me on Wednesday playing something weird and new. I don't know if I can coerce them, but I'd like to do a little Nightmare stream with Kim and Monica this week. Because I really want to finish that game. And I don't have to play it with them, but I'd like to. Yeah, so for sure Wednesday and Friday. And then I might sprinkle in a couple more, because I have 7 more followers to get to reach that 100 by next Friday, June 11th, which is the DOB of DMM. And that was real DOU she. Yeah, I like the affirmation on that idea, Corby. Like, if you're really struggling with something and want my perspective on it, which, why? But sure, I'm happy to. I like mentoring. Otherwise, if you just want me to, if you want me to say something terrible, sure. I'm glad to inspire some elementary school level thought processes. Yesterday I sang, a buddy of mine is leaving his church job. His name is Tyler Driscoll. He's an incredible music director in this area. Has won several awards. We're working together again this summer, but during the pandemic, we've been singing together a bunch for his church, mostly making videos. But yesterday we did, in honor of Memorial Day, we did the song G.I. Jive, and there we go. G.I. Jive by Johnny Mercer, as, you know, just an upbeat Memorial Day thing. Very, very popular during the World War II? I think I'm right in saying that. But in the middle of it, it's just really fun spelling wordplay. What he says, when you're a PVT, your duty is to salute an LIEUT. But if you brush off the LIEUT, then the MP will make you KP. On the QT. And it like just the speed with which that comes off the tongue, and just how thorough it was to get to do was a blast. So yeah, if you're looking for something to listen to on this U.S. Memorial Day, I recommend G.I. Jive by Johnny Mercer. What am I missing? Oh, that's why. It's through here. Aphantasia, when I think I don't see pictures in my head. So, I'm gonna have to look this up more. You don't see anything? Do you see words? This is real fascinating to me. I literally cannot. I am incapable of imagining that. Huh. What is it again? Aphantasia. My college mentor has, what's it called? Synesthesia, I think is the term. Where you associate sounds with colors. Like you would picture a symphony in terms of color as opposed to just the notes. Oh man. Yeah, I'm with you, Goats. I feel like I can be pretty empathetic and I can put myself in other people's shoes. That one's real hard for me to envision. Or not envision, I guess. You're just like sapling,
I should hurry to Bane's location before I lose
elm,
again.
sycamore, right? Like if I'm understanding correctly. Bird. Oh, his name's just Bird. I don't think they even spell it like the composer, B-Y-R-D, eventually. Yeah. So yes, yep.
A hit and run just outside GCPD. This was no accident.
Yeah, so you can comprehend the concept, just cannot replicate it in your brain visually.
A member of the SWAT division. His whole team is currently under investigation by internal affairs.
When you talked about envisioning things, I pictured you.
Doing here.
Oh, Goats. I feel like that's I feel like that's the other end of the spectrum.
Looks like he was throwing a
Sorry, it was just Weeble's sleeping.
I can use the
I was just making sure she was still breathing.
Point of initial impact.
She's so sweet. Yeah, I feel like that's the other end of the spectrum, which is to give specific details and narrative to something that does not innately have it.
At a high rate of speed, but the angle of spatter shows the driver lost control in the
I know.
crime scene. See if anything else was hit.
One, happy Batmoan Day. Welcome in, Knight. I have to say too, for me personally, I am so ready to just have my background be my background because it is killing me not to just be home. There we go. This is a minor annoyance with this game, but the fact that I can't get over those barriers while in this detective mode, that I have to leave detective mode in order to continue looking for stuff, is a minor frustration, but a frustration nonetheless. Knight, I wish I could help you pay your rent.
John DeMarco. Time to pay him a visit.
I wish I could help me pay my rent. I'm gonna pay my rent. It's just... I have to. Oh, wait. Oh, next month's sub. that shows where my ADD brain is today. Yeah, I can help you pay your rent. No, you're absolutely right. No, I think you are almost 100% right. Yeah, if I switch up my background one more time and I gave you $1 for each of those, you could give me those $5 as a way of showing me that you appreciate my video game and inane blather skills. I used to have a mortgage to the house that I'm currently sitting in. It's a weird story, y'all. But it's alright. It shows how life can be complicated and non-traditional, but still great. Why is this beatdown taking forever? Pachoo!
Why did you do it, DeMarco?
The blather, yeah, yep. Oh.
But the kid got scared, made a deal and decided to talk. Traitor.
You'd have been out of jail in a few years on the drug charges, but now murder means life.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, that is definitely.
For the jury to convict.
Funny thing about evidence, it has a tendency to disappear.
Not on my watch.
Dustin. Sorry, I'm gonna finish my thought with Corby. Then I'm gonna acknowledge what Dustin said. Corby, that.
I'm also sending you a taped confession.
I feel like that.
Will bring down the rest of the team with him.
Yeah, that. One of the benefits is unto itself a further struggle too. That's. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, that's gonna stick with me for a bit, I think. I have for a number of years I just didn't take pictures of things, because I always felt like I had a good memory, but especially as I've moved into more professional performing, especially in the regional theater world. A lot of it is just shifting from one show to the next, having to get rid of the previous show's dialogue and music and choreography, and load up another show's information. And in that, I've started to forget details.
I need to break up that fight and secure the chemicals.
Like, I'm somewhat embarrassed to admit this, but I've gotten to the point where I've done enough shows that from time to time, I will forget that somebody was in a show with me. No, I recognize this in myself, and so it's something that I actively try to fight against. And it's not that people didn't matter. It's just that, like when I did Sweeney Todd a few years ago, I've talked about this experience a lot with people, but I don't remember a lot of the experience itself because I had a lot of heavy life stuff going on. And I just have these little visions in my head, which is why I like to talk to people about that, because they can help me fill in some of the blanks. And Dustin, yeah, I would absolutely love to get together soon. I'm really excited to be able to up my streaming game. Monica has a really nice microphone that she has offered to let me use, which will be really cool. I feel like I want to showcase some of the fun Batman art that I have in my background and stuff. Not that I don't love the red curtain, but I feel like it would let me do a lot more stuff. So yeah, let's please talk. Because your time is precious. And the fact that you're willing to share it with me is very humbling. Oh, reading maps. I can imagine. That's something I've always had what I feel to be a really good sense of direction. In part because I can envision where I've been, or I can see I was gonna say MapQuest, the Google Maps image in my head, but oh man. Hey, Knight, thanks for the reminder. I have not been doing that enough today. Ooh, we're at 2 o'clock. I'm gonna finish this up. This conversation is so much fun. All right, let me get caught up on this. Oh, goats! That's so sad. I can very much relate, but that's so sad. My friend Joel has always been good at taking pictures. And I like to be in front of a camera, so that helps. Yeah, Corby, I have a similar argument. I want to be present. And for a long time, I used to say, if it's important, I'm going to remember. But yeah, I'm excited about changing my space, just so that I can make it a little more streaming friendly, so that I don't constantly have to like change how things are set up just to stream. It will be very fun. Oh, that's a great idea. Red curtain for stream transitions. Yes, yes, yes. Yep, I like that a lot. All right, that's Bane. What did I learn about Bird? Well, I mean, of course I'll tell you how I got these scars. Of course I will. So in college, I was just in my college town doing a recording, but in college, there were very few fast food restaurants, but one of the fast food restaurants was Hardee's, and it was open 24 hours. And so almost every night, every other night, my buddies and I would get in the car and we'd drive over to Hardee's, and I would order 2 spicy chicken sandwiches with extra mayo, and if I was feeling really decadent, a chocolate malt. Well, I have had gastrointestinal issues since I was a child, and the one night we got pulled over on the way home from Hardee's, and I had started to indulge in our chicken sandwiches, and this very beautiful officer came up to the car, was taking license and registration from my friend, and I felt churning and said, officer, if you wouldn't mind if we could speed this up, I think I desperately need to get home. And like, why are you acting so weird? Like, well, you know, I tried to explain the situation. She didn't believe me, and she said, please get out of the car. And she started checking me for drugs. It was a little town. I didn't have any drugs. I didn't do drugs at that point in my life. But the churning became too much, and as she was patting down my back, I ruined a pair of pants. And that's how I met my first wife. Yep, that's how I met my first wife. Oh man. What I've realized about
now to find that canister.
About these stories is that I'm not as good at like just coming up with completely random stuff, so I need to root it somewhat in reality. We would eat a lot of Hardee's. That is true. I did not poop my pants in front of a police officer though. Whoa, did you see that? That's great. Oh. Yeah, Dustin, that's how I need to start. That's how I need to start ending all of these. It has a very similar feel. Birdcage. Wait, what am I investigating? Oh, right, I have to.
My victory was not. Where's the canister? Blown away. You'll never find it.
Birds aren't real. They implant the idea of Ohio in our minds via movies. Yep. And that started with Alfred Hitchcock.
I need to find out where they've taken them.
May I suggest scanning the area? Left something behind that points to their destination.
I can't believe I'm going to tell you this. Oh, Corby, that's a great idea. Yeah, eventually the form will be so set that I will have to mess with the form in order to land the punchline. Oops. Did I not do something? That's one of the things that I've told my improv kids about comedy, is that a lot of comedy is just establishing an expectation and denying that expectation. That's a pretty standard. It doesn't work for all types of comedy, but
Heading to my alibi.
okay. So, just a heads up, we're going to beat Bird. Not many people on. I love that, Corby. Oh, so this is what, so who was it? Did Goats ask?
Attention available units. We've got a call of a violent crime. We're still waiting on...
So I did not soil myself when I met my first wife. However, when Monica and I, because as some of you know, Monica, who has made appearances on this show, the mama to Charles the puppy, she and I used to date. Before we started dating, and we were in the like friends hanging out phase, we took a road trip together to northern Michigan, and we were having a fun time on the drive, and then I had major stomach issues, and you know when like you can feel your body counting down and you're on a road where maybe there's not as good facilities. Yeah, it was happening. So we like, it was like midnight, pulled off, tried to find places, went up to this gas station that was closed, but I like pounded on the door and the people looked at me and then went to the back room. It's like, God damn it. Finally, we found a place. Then like 45 minutes later, it happened again. We had to stop, I think, 4 times on this drive because my stomach was so upset. So it ended fine, but man, was it close. And that's how you know you should follow me or subscribe here on Twitch, because if you want to hear about a grown man and his bodily functions, I'm here for you.
We gotta get in on that action.
Let me see what Corby said. Oh my God, I love it. Corby, there is so much there.
Hold it.
Corby, did you know that I'm originally from Pittsburgh? I don't know if we've ever talked about that.
What the hell are you?
Yeah.
So much.
That's after Shut Up B-Man. What will it be? BM Man. Shut Up and BM Man. That'll be stream incentive. There we go. Oh. Yeah. Pretty gross. But that's life. The human body is a weird place. Going back to comedy and that phrase, if you want somebody,
He will stay away if he values his
again, who has some stuff that's now questionable but still great, Tim Minchin is
Fly
fantastic.
down from your perch then, so I can kill you.
Yes!
Thought you'd never ask.
Crossed your butthole.
Strike with precision.
Oh, that's one of the things I need to do this week, Dustin, is I need to email you a picture of my face. I don't know if I'm trying to force it too much, but I really like "cross your butthole" as a saying on this channel.
Show me your skills.
I'm gonna have to look up Venom in the comics to be sure.
Who are you?
Because I can't remember if Venom... I feel like Venom was used, and maybe only Bane responded positively to it. I can't remember how it functions in the comic.
He will break you.
I'll send you all those pics, Dustin.
Alfred, put in a call to GCPD. Don't wanna bring
Butthole crossed you. You did! Yeah, you accidentally left it at my house. I think I messaged you about it. I'm sure it exists somewhere. Oh, I can buy you a new one, Corby. I do remember that. I don't know what's happening. Why am I in here? Oh, because there's a Riddler trophy. Yeah, so Bird makes an appearance in the comic Nightfall. Oh, Weeble went into the other room to lay down. Makes an appearance in the comic Nightfall as one of Bane's main henchmen. And they put him in this game. I thought that was pretty cool. It's something that I wouldn't mind seeing more in these games, is using the C and D or lower string villains. Again, I love the Joker, I love the Riddler, Two-Face. We kind of need those characters, but there's a way, I think, to integrate some of these other characters too. Oh, well now I'll bring you another shirt that you can turn into spell packets. All right. Did I go the wrong way? I did. I'm going in circles. Achoo. Yeah, they make great mini bosses, or like Victor Zsasz in the first game. I feel like people know Zsasz, but maybe not as well as they do some of the others. And he didn't have to be super consequential, but he was present, and it just rounds out this universe. Like Electrocutioner in this game. You literally punch him in the face, and he goes down. It's all it needed to be. But it shows us that not every Batman villain is a Joker, Penguin, Riddler level, Scarecrow level villain. It's kind of cool. Let me make sure we got Bird done. I don't remember what this is. We'll figure it out soon. 67% on Nigma. That's pretty great. We'll try this one later. And these two we get toward the end of the game. Side quest. Yeah, absolutely, Corby. Totally agree. Let me double check to see. Oh, no. Stop it. Yeah. None of the people that I super know. Yeah. Calendar Man's going to be coming back for Arkham City in a couple of weeks for Father's Day. I'll have a quick Father's Day stream I don't know if I'll be able to do a full stream that day or just a calendar man. But there's so much cool stuff we can do. Well, this has been such a fun day. Sorry that I can't stay much longer. I stayed longer than I meant to. That tends to be a habit of mine. But I got to feed these animals, take Weeble for a walk, and then I'm going to be headed back to my apartment to get that sweet, sweet rug scrubber. Scrubbing rugs. It's going to be a great day. I so appreciate all of you being here with me on this wonderful Moan Day. Happy Memorial Day for all those in the U.S. of A. And to the rest of you, I hope you have a wonderful Monday. Maybe you got an excuse to take a day off of work too. I've been using the excuse of not having a job for 16 months. Well, I'll be back on Wednesday. For now, as always, I am David Moan. You are wonderful, and I hope you have a great rest.